What's up, Bonanza? Today we'll be looking at an experiment you guys will be doing in the lab on Friday. We're going to be testing for organic molecules, mainly the ones that you guys were looking at in class earlier. So I'm going to show you the experiment so that you'll be able to pick it up right when we get into class. Thursday we'll be setting it up, but here's the experiment for so far. We're going to do 3 tests: the butane test, the iodine test, and of course we're going to do a Benedict's test. The first one is the iodine test. Look, there's me touching the iodine, shaking it up, making sure it's iodine. The iodine test is very simple. It tests for mono or polysaccharides. If a positive result shows, it's because there is a polysaccharide. One of these jars, or one of these tubes, has a polysaccharide in it. We'll see which one by doing the iodine test. Alright, I got my tubes. One of them is positive, one of them is not. I'm going to go ahead and do a little dripping of the iodine. Wait, Michael, get out of my class. What are you doing? Michael, you gotta go. Oh my God, Michael, what are you doing? Okay, fine. Jeez, just go. No, just don't say anything. Just go. Okay, back to the test. I'm going to be testing for polysaccharides. So I go ahead and pop in the iodine. Immediately you can see a color change. Alright, let's go ahead and put some iodine in the other tube. It looks like iodine. You can already see a color difference. Alright, tighten the lid back on. Let's shake them up. Look at the one on the left. The test on the left is a positive result for polysaccharides. The one on the right is a negative test. This is example 1. Make sure you write this down, the iodine test. Alright, moving on. This is a butane test, meaning I'm going to be testing for proteins. One of these tubes is positive for protein, and we'll find out which. This is a test for proteins. Remember, this is example 2, the butane test. Alright, I got my sodium hydroxide in my left hand, and I got my copper sulfate in my right hand, and we're going to do the butane test. Both of these chemicals are needed for the test. It's just how the chemistry works. Alright, putting some sodium hydroxide in both, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the copper sulfate in the tubes as well. As I add the copper sulfate, you might start seeing a difference in color. So here we go. Let's do a little drip, drip, drip. There we go. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, maybe just maybe one more. Okay, we'll do one more. There we go. That's enough. Alright, let's go ahead over here and do the same thing on this side, and immediately you can see stuff clumping. That's normal. Let's go ahead and shake up these tubes and see what kind of results we can get. I take the tubes out, I shake them up. The one on the left is purple. That is a positive result for protein, meaning that tube on the left has protein in it. The one on the right, that is a negative test. This is example 2, the butane test. Alright, I'm not done shaking. There we go. Moving on. This next test is called the Benedict's test. The Benedict's test is simple. It tests for monosaccharides, simple sugars. And there's my Benedict's solution right there. This was a little bit trickier in that when I do this test, I'm going to add the Benedict's solution to each one, but I also have to heat it in order for the test to work. And when you heat it, that's when you have to kind of sit back and wait. I'm going to heat it in a water bath on the hot plate, as you can see. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and add my Benedict's solution to my first monosaccharides. Alright, get a little bit more. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing to the other two. Here we go. Benedict's solution. We're going to add it. And alright, now heat it. If there are monosaccharides, in color after we heat them. Okay, shake them up, make sure they're both good, and you can see they're the same color. Alright, let's go ahead and put them in the water bath. Alright, make sure it's on. About 3 minutes, we go ahead and check the results, and you can see on the left hand side we have a greenish brown color. The green color is, well, it is the positive result, meaning there were monosaccharides in the test tube on the left. Alright. Butters, get out of the way! I'm trying to do a television show. Ah! Alright. Today's death metal reference is, you guessed it, Dimmu Borgir. Dimmu Borgir. Make sure you write that down.